Hi, welcome to the 10th episode. I'm excited about today's episode because today is all about self-concept. As you know, I'm in the middle of the 30-day self-concept challenge in which I chose my self-concept based on my deepest core desires, which is basically who I was, always have been before I buried my expression, my power, my light underneath some filters and limiters to stay digestible for society. So the 30-day self-concept challenge is all about first rediscovering who I am. That's what I already done. Now I know who I am. Now is the time to remove the filters and limiters from my core being and express who I really am. That's what the 30-day self-concept challenge is about. And I'm currently on day 4. Because I am a powerful speaker. I'm inspiring other people. I'm here to inspire other people. I'm here to uplift other people through my voice. But my voice has been muffled. I applied a silencer, a filter, a limiter. When I was young, it was necessary because society, people around me, they couldn't handle my power basically. Yeah, they couldn't handle my light. It was too bright for them. They were blinded, so they projected their fears, their doubts, their own limitations on me, and I took them on because I'm a sensible being, a sensitive being. I can sense everything, the fear, the doubt. And of course, if you're a little child, then you take that and take it on, because as a little child you have no filter. You take on whatever the environment gives you. But now I'm strong enough as an adult to handle the reactions of my environment, which I will get when I am removing the filter and when I'm letting my power flow freely, when I'm being who I really am without filter, without censoring, without limiting myself. So yes, now as an adult I'm strong enough to handle the reactions I might get, because not everybody will like it, probably, I can imagine, because it's the same as when I was a little child. People who might have used me as a stabilizer to stabilize their own insecurities, they will get threatened by me if I am stepping into my power, because a safety rail will break away for them and all of a sudden they have to stand on their own feet. But no problem there. I can help them, of course. I want to help them. I'm leaving nobody behind. I'm not fighting against anybody. Every attack against me is only an invitation to create something better out of the situation. Every attack only shows me that this person also wants what I have, and I can show how they can have it too. So, as I said, I'm in the self-concept challenge, and how do I do it? Well, now I have defined who I am. Basically, the definition is only a rediscovering of who I already was before I buried my desires and my core being deeply beneath the ground, as I said. Now the second phase starts, which is all about staying in character. staying in character means you embody your true being like I'm doing now, in spite of the fears that come up and the old limitations that want to hold you back, and also when other people might react negatively, which I don't expect, but it can happen. Then staying in character means I am not get toppled. I'm not losing balance because I'm anchored fully in who I am. That means no reaction from other people or from the environment could change who I am, because who I am cannot be changed. It's who I always was. Yeah, so that's really exciting, because finally I can embrace who I am. I don't have to hold back. And it takes so much weight off my shoulders, because I was carrying that heavy weight for so long. I was living a double life my entire life for over 30 years. I'm 32, by the way. Yes, I was living a double life for over 30 years because it was necessary to guard my core being. But now that I'm strong enough to face any backlash or reactions I might get, or maybe no reaction at all, I'm even strong enough to stand there if nobody validates me, if nobody gives me any reaction, because that's just who I am. I cannot help myself but be that person now. So as now I noticed I was already speaking more powerfully than yesterday. So this is a sign that it's working. This is a confirmation for me that it's actually working. So yeah, I'm excited to see what will happen during the next 30 days. I mean, I'm only on day 4 of the 30-day self-concept challenge, and I already noticed extreme changes. So to balance this a bit, I want to tell you that before I started this video, I was feeling fear, anxiety, because those were my old beliefs which told me I have to live up to certain expectations. Now that I'm doing the self-concept challenge, I have to live up to the expectations of my new self-concept. And the way you deal with that is you step into the fire, so to speak, and then all of a sudden what happened during the video is my anticipated fear evaporated into thin air. It was blown away like smoke. It never existed. So what I can recommend is, in that regard, you define your self-concept and then you commit, let's say, to 30 days of showing yourself as this new identity. That's basically what I'm doing now. I'm committing myself to every day show myself as this new identity. And what happens is that the old beliefs start to flare up, that the old limitations and my old filters and limiters. And if I am showing up while, despite those fears of those old beliefs, what happens is they get transformed and they evaporate. And the new self becomes the dominant self. And then all of a sudden, before you realize it, you can express who you always were and who you were always meant to be effortlessly. It's a knowing, by the way, that it's effortless anyway, because actually that's the paradox. It takes more effort to limit yourself than to be your authentic expression. You just have to figure out what's your authentic expression before you took on all those filters and limiters on yourself. But once you figured that out, it becomes actually easier to be your authentic self, because it takes less energy than to apply a constant filter or constant mask of somebody who you were never supposed to be in the first place. So yeah, to wrap it up, to recap it, I'm doing the 30-day self-concept challenge from High Frequency Guru. I can recommend her channel. I've already written down my self-concept. That was the first step. I am anchoring this self-concept. This is who I really am, who I really have always been in the first place when I came to this earth. And I'm anchoring that in my being. And the third step is now to express that identity by doing those videos from this new identity. And this is what staying in character means. But it's no character, it's who I am. It's who I am. But we just call it staying in character because it's a character because you have been somebody else who you were not supposed to be for such a long time that now your authentic self feels like playing a character, but in reality, this is who you really are. So staying in character is just a humorous or funny way to describe being who you were always meant to be. So this is the third phase, third step, and I'm on day 4, and I'm excited for all the changes which will commence in the following days, and I will keep you updated. See you next time. Bye.